Rachel. Thank you for meeting with me today. First, I wanted to tell you how much I love your classroom. It's absolutely adorable. I love the cactus theme. You've done so many fun and creative things in your room, and you're doing a great job incorporating the standards. It always makes me feel good when I come in here.
Thank you so much, Angela. It certainly was a labor of love, and I enjoyed doing it. I do it for the kids, providing a warm environment for them, an inviting environment in which kids learn and grow is really important to me.
Well, again, you have done a phenomenal job. It is definitely something to be proud of. I would love to take some pictures of your great ideas and share them with other instructional coaches. Do you mind?
Oh, no, not at all. Of course not. Please take as many pictures as you want. I would also enjoy seeing what other teachers in their classrooms are doing too. So if I can see any great ideas during your travels, please share them with me.
I'm always happy to share. I love that you are so open to new ideas and suggestions. It's great when we get to learn from each other. I'm so happy to see that you're using the reflection journal that I suggested to the staff at our last PD. It makes it so easy for me to slip into your classroom, take a quick peek at the journal, and see what questions you might have and what you want me to observe, and I would like reading about your successes. Thank you for embracing that suggestion.
No problem. I thought it was an awesome idea. I've always liked to journal, so writing down my thoughts and reflecting on my lessons has really been helpful to me as a newer teacher.
That's wonderful. I'm glad you're enjoying the process. I think you will love the practice even more as the year progresses. You'll be able to keep track of your personal growth as an educator.
Yes, and the reflection journal will be a great tool when it comes to my formal evaluation with Dr. Bach too. With the hustle and bustle of a school day, sometimes it's hard to remember everything that has happened in a day, much less even a week or even longer. I also really enjoy reading and reflecting on the notes you left for me in my journal. Sometimes others see what we don't, and it's nice to get that immediate feedback.
You are definitely using the tool exactly how it was intended. Great job. Do you mind if we talk briefly about a couple of things that you wrote down?
No, not at all. That'd be great.
Okay, wonderful. I see here that you have some concerns about a student who tends to want to be the class clown, and that you would like some additional tips on how to handle him. Is that correct?
Yes, honestly, Angela, over the past 2 weeks, I've tried everything that I can honestly think with him. I've talked with him, I've written his name on the board, I've even taken away his recess. I've used our class economy and given him a fine. I've even asked him to step outside and take a break so that he doesn't continue to disrupt the class. At this point, I'm just really torn. I feel like he is one step away from a visit to the principal's office. But before we get into that step, I'm really looking forward to some additional strategies that you might have on how to curb his need for the center of attention all the time. However, I really don't want to break his fun-loving spirit. He's truly a sweet boy.
I can tell that you really care for him, but I also know how frustrating it must be to be constantly interrupted when you're teaching a lesson. It can be exhausting. I might suggest, instead of meeting his jokes with negative consequences, that you try complimenting him on his funny personality. Give him the opportunity to tell a joke to the class before recess or maybe at the end of the day. Let him know that you appreciate his humor and his fun-loving personality, and that he can tell a joke or two at the designated time, as long as he's not being disruptive during your lessons. However, you must also be very clear with him that the minute he interrupts you or is a distraction to the class during your instruction, he loses that privilege of being able to take center stage and tell a funny joke or a story, and you will be forced to give him a consequence. What do you think?
That's such a fun idea. I'm definitely going to try that strategy. He's a pretty funny kid, and I'm sure he will love being the center of attention in a more positive way.
Rachel, when I was in your class earlier today, I observed you teaching a history lesson on the Boston Tea Party. Tell me how you think the lesson went.
I think it went pretty well. I feel like using that graphic organizer for students to take notes really helped them to understand the facts. Also, I think using the song actually helped to engage the students and reinforce some of those key details.
I totally agree with you. The use of a graphic organizer was an excellent idea, and the song was very catchy too. How do you think you might extend the lesson, perhaps bringing in other cross-curricular lessons?
Gosh, I hadn't really thought about that. My objective was to get the information to them in a couple of different ways. Again, by taking the notes on the graphic organizer and then by teaching them the song.
Well, you certainly achieved your initial objective, but let's think of how we can extend the lesson further by bringing in other subject areas. I have a couple of ideas from when I taught 5th grade. Can I share those with you?
Oh yeah, please do.
Well, to incorporate STEM into my Boston Tea Party lesson, I had the students build tea crates using a limited number of supplies like popsicle sticks and string. The students had to work together in collaborative groups to build a structure that would hold a tea bag and not sink. You could easily tell if the structure was taking on water because the water would start to discolor with the color of the tea. The students really enjoyed engineering their tea crates and then competing against one another to see which one would sink and which one would float. Another activity I used to do was to create invitations to the Boston Tea Party. Using facts the students had learned about the event, they had to use their writing and their visual arts skills to complete the project. Both activities were great, and the kids absolutely loved them. I would be happy to share my lesson plans with you with some pictures and samples, if you would like.
Oh my gosh, I would love for you to. Thank you so much. That sounds great.
Okay, great. So overall, Rachel, I'm very, very impressed with the things that are going on in your classroom. Again, your classroom looks great, and the students appear to be engaged and having fun. Even your jokester seems to be having a really good time. He just needs to learn that there's a time and a place for it to be in the spotlight. Also, I think if you start developing ways to incorporate some cross-curricular activities into your lessons will continue to be strong, engaging, and will really solidify the students' comprehension of the facts in multiple ways, which is the ultimate goal. If you want to run any ideas past me, I'd be happy to discuss them with you. Remember, I'm always here to help you. We're a team. Keep up the great work, and Rachel, and keep writing in that reflection journal.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for all of your help. I'm going to continue to do my best, and I'm so thankful to everything you've done.
I know you'll continue doing your best. I will send those files and the pictures as soon as I get back to my office. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I will stop by again soon.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you.
Thanks.